This lesson's optional. In it, we're going to learn about the display block in a little more detail. We'll talk about some of the other options that are available to you that allow you to draw your own pictures, do your own simple animations, and put text on the screen. I think this stuff's a lot of fun and encourage you to watch it, but if you're not particularly interested and want to skip it, that's fine too. So let's start a new program. We'll call this Image Play. And you already know if we grab a display block that you can change the different pictures that you choose from. So we can have stop signs, all sorts of different things. The other thing that you can do is you can change where the image is actually placed on the screen. So if I just click and drag, I can kind of make this, instead of saying stop, I can make it say top. So let's add a wait block, wait time, so that that stays on the screen for a minute, and let me download it. And let's take a look at the screen. Okay, you'll also notice that as I'm moving this around, the X and Y values down here are changing too. So there's kind of X is negative when the picture's off the screen. We're kind of at 0 and get positive, and then I go up and down here a little bit. I can also type in values for X and Y, so I could say make X 30, and let's make Y 20. The origin of the NXT screen's coordinate frame is located in the bottom left corner of the screen. X values on the screen vary from 0 to 99, and Y values vary from 0 to 63. The system won't actually let you type in negative values in for X and Y, so if I type negative 34, it's just going to go back to 0. And it won't let you type in values that are greater than 99 for X or greater than 63 for Y. So if I type in 100 here for Y, it'll drop down to 63. I've lost my picture, but if I just click somewhere, it'll drag it down. But as we've seen, you can actually get those negative numbers in there by just dragging to the left far enough or down far enough. We can also do some crude animation. Let's change this to a smile. Yeah, let's do it with a stop sign. So we can start with a stop sign there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to change my wait. Instead of having it be 1 full second, I'm going to make it 0.1 seconds. And then I'm going to put another stop sign in. And I'll leave that one in the middle. And I'll wait again for 0.1 seconds. And then finally, I'm going to put another display block, another stop sign. I'm going to squish that one over to the right a little bit. And let's have this time, let's wait. Oops, let's not do a sound brick. I'll click on the delete. Let's wait. And let's wait for a full second. So let's download this and let's take a look at the screen. So if we run it now, I'll run it one more time just so you can see it. It looks sort of like the stop sign's moving. Let's do something slightly more complicated. I want to show you how to write a program that puts these two sentences both on the screen for a second. I'm going to write the program relatively quickly for you, and then we'll trace it to make sure you understand what's going on. Okay, so I've started up a new program, and what I want to do is I want to have a display block, and instead of having an image, I'm going to have text, and I don't want it to say Mindstorms NXT, I want it to say Robots Rock. And with the text, I can drag it around just like I can the images, but there's also these lines. There's 8 lines of text here. I'm going to put it on line 2. And then I'm going to put another display block up here. And this block is going to say, this is cool. So again, I want a drawing. Oh, not a drawing, sorry. I want a text. Oops. And I want to write this is cool. And we'll have that stay on line 4. And then we'll wait for 1 second. Now the catch here is that right now this display block's going to display, and you know what's going to happen. This one is going to overwrite it, right? Because we have this clear blocks checked. And remember that clear means clear the screen before you do whatever you write here. So clear the screen, then write this is cool. But what we're going to do is I'm going to uncheck the clear box here. So if you look on my first one, I clear the screen, then I write robots rock on line 2. Second display, I don't erase what's already there, so I've still got robots rock there, and then I type this is cool on line 4. So let's download this. And let's run it. And there you go, I'll run it again. You can see both lines appear to appear at the same time. There you go. So let's trace our program to understand what's happening. Before we start to run our program, there's some standard stuff displayed on your NXT screen. It won't look exactly like this, but you get the idea. Then we start to run the program. Our first display block had clear checked, so the NXT cleared its display, and then it immediately wrote robots rock on line 2 of the screen. Having done so, it was finished with this block and ready to move on immediately to the next block. That next block doesn't have the clear box checked, so the NXT does not clear its display. The words robot rock remain on the screen. We're not done with this block yet. The NXT now writes this is cool on line 4 of the screen. So now there's 2 lines of text that appear on the screen. At this point, it was finished with the current block, so it moved on to the next. The third block is a wait time block. So the NXT counted 1 Mississippi, and then it was finished with that block, so it moved on. When the NXT recognized that there were no more blocks, it knew it was time to clean up, and so it reset the NXT screen back to normal. Let's look at one more option on the display block configuration panel. Let's grab a display block, and this time I want to do a drawing. And for a drawing, you can have a point where you specify the X and Y location of that point on the screen. You can also draw lines where you specify the X and Y location of the points that are at the start and the end of the line. And you can also choose a circle, and for a circle you specify both the XY location and the radius of that circle. So if I change this from 4 up to 14, you can see the circle gets bigger. Okay, and of course you can combine different shapes if you eliminate the clear block. So let's start, and the first time we do this, we're going to clear the screen, and then I'm going to do a circle of radius 10, and I want it located at location X is 20 and Y is 50. And then I'm going to do another display block. On this one, I'm not going to clear the screen, so this first circle will appear, and now I'm going to do another circle, and this circle is going to be a drawing, which is going to be a circle, and it's also of radius 10, and it's going to be located at X is 80 and Y is 50. And finally, I'm going to do one more circle. And with that circle again, I'm not going to clear. I'll make it a drawing. I'm going to select a circle, and I'm going to say this circle is going to actually be of radius 20, a little bit bigger. And I'm going to center that at X is 50 and Y is 30. There we go. And let's stick a wait block on the end, a wait time. We'll wait for 1 second. And let's download and see what we get. And if we run this program, here we go. Did you see it? Kind of like Mickey Mouse. So I think that's fun.